Good afternoon, class. So today is 7 July, and let's begin our class with the same chapter, periodic classification of elements. The topic of today's class is atomic radii. Okay. So can you tell me something about atomic radii? What do you mean by atomic radii? How you can describe it in your definition?
Um, Ma'am, atomic radii is the distance between outermost shell and the nucleus.
Okay. So atomic radii is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell. But it is actually like quite difficult for scientists to find out the the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell of an isolated atom, means single atom, because single atom can react with anything, you know, or to attain a stable state can react with anything. Okay, so it was actually very difficult for scientists to find out the atomic radii of a single element. So that is why they took a different style to find out the radius. Okay, so as we know this thing that all the physical properties like density and melting point, boiling point, these all are related to the atomic size, right? If size of the atom is large, so there will be a change in the melting point, boiling point, and density also increase with the increase in atomic size. So atomic size is actually difficult to define what properly atomic size is, right? So atomic radii is defined as the size of the atom, okay, from nucleus to the outermost shell. Okay, this is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell. So particularly, the measurement of the size in an isolated atom is difficult. Isolated atom is single atom which we can isolate and find out the things related to that atom. So it was measured when an atom is in a company of another atom of the same element. When an atom is in a company of the another atom of the same element. For example, diol molecular state. If you want to find out the atomic radii of hydrogen, then how you can find out? Hydrogen is a gas. Okay, to attain a stable state, hydrogen is used to live like H2, O2, N2, Cl2. So these are the diatomic state, means stable state when an atom is bonded with the another atom. So at that time, it becomes easy for scientists to find out the atomic radii. And for that, they gave a special definition is like as one half of the distance between the nucleus of the two elements when they are linked to each other by a single covalent bond, as you can see in this picture. This picture is visible to you all, better? If I want to find out the radii, so that is nucleus from the outermost shell, this is the radii. But when two atoms are there, when they are bonded together, so the distance between both the nucleus, means the distance between both the nucleus is known as d. So if you find out the radius, so that we will write this d is equal to r is equal to d by 2, means we have to divide the distance between the both the nucleus of both the atoms. So how that is how we can find out the radius of an atom accurate, right? So r is here the radius of our atom, and this is the radius of the atom, and d is equal to distance between the nucleus of the two identical atoms. This is only for two identical atoms. When an element, when an like atom exists only in diatomic state, this thing only can be possible that if HCl is there instead of this, so we have different atomic size of Cl and different atomic size of H. So it is not possible for us to find out the accurate distance between the outermost shell and the nucleus, that is atomic radii. We will not be able to find it accurately. So this by this method, when the two atoms are at the state of dimolecular state, or they have same size, same atomic radii, so we can easily find out the atomic radii. Okay, of the two bonded atoms with same size, same atomic size. Got it? So there is a variation in the atomic size in groups and periods. If we go along the period, from left to right, so there is a decrease in the atomic radii. And if we go down the group from the top to the lower one, so what will happen? The atomic size will increase. Note it down somewhere. Atomic radii varies in groups and period. When we go along the period from first to say from left to right, then what will happen? The atomic size will decrease. But when we go down the group, ऊपर से नीचे की तरफ आएंगे ग्रुप में, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हाइड्रोजन हीलियम, नीचे उसके नीचे आएंगे सोडियम पोटेशियम, तो क्या होगा? तो एटॉमिक साइज विल कंटिन्यूअसली डिक्रीज. आई विल टेल यू व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड इट. सो फर्स्ट वी विल टॉक अबाउट द पीरियड, व्हाई दिस थिंग हैपेंड इन पीरियड्स.
हम इंक्रीज होगा ना डाउन द ग्रुप में?
yes, down the group increase होगा, along the period decrease होगा. Why? Because there is a variation in periods. For example, if we talk about lithium, lithium is metal, it is at the left side of the periodic table. Beryllium is next to this lithium. When we go to the boron is in P block on the left side. Boron कहाँ पर है बेटा? P block में, right? So there is a variation. Wait, I'm going to share the periodic table with you, then you will get to know this thing easily. Right. So if we talk about the atomic size, how it varies, right? In the first two shells, listen, this lithium and beryllium, these are S block elements, means outermost shell is S, which participate in the electron filling. In lithium, what is the shell number? Atomic number is 3, right? The outermost shell is 2s1, 1s2, 2s1. That is the electronic configuration. And in this 1s2, 2s2, atomic number is 4. Okay, so outermost shell which participate in the electron filling is S shell. When we talk about the P, this boron, okay, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, then boron. So atomic size is 5. These are P block elements here. This thing I've already explained you in the previous topic. This is S block, this is P block, this is D block, the blue part, and this light blue part is F block elements. Lanthanoids and actinoids are there in the F block. Okay, so when we go to the boron, means the outermost shell which participate in the electron filling is P shell. Means how many electron we can fill? The capacity of P orbital is how many electron we can fill in P? Yes, tell me.
M6.
6. So as the atomic number keep on increasing, then every time the electron will go into the P shell only, which led to the increase in the force of attraction between the outermost orbital and the nucleus. जैसे जैसे number of electrons उसमें बढ़ते चले जाएंगे, वैसे ही वैसे the force which is present between the outermost electrons and the nucleus will increase, right? So that is why we used to see the variation that continuously decreasing in the size of these atoms along the period. So there is a specific reason given over here, that is this is due to the gradual increase in the nuclear charge. This size, the decrease in size, is due to the gradual increasing in the nuclear charge, since the valency electron added in the same shell, they are more and more strongly attached towards the nucleus. This led to the decreasing in the atomic size. So this is the reason that atomic size decreases along the period when we go from left to the right. Okay. And if we talk about group, what happened in the group? So variation in atomic size group is, this thing happened. Atomic size increases in the group when we move from top to the bottom. Why? Because as the atomic number increase, so the shell will also increase, which led to this increase in the atomic size. For example, if we talk about the first element, like if we talk about the first family, let me just show you this periodic table. Okay, if we talk about this first family, lithium, sodium, so the shell which participate in this lithium is 2s, but in sodium, the S shell, which shell take part in the outermost, which is the outermost shell outermost subshell in this sodium which take part in electron filling? Tell me the valency shell in sodium. In hydrogen,
S.
which S? In hydrogen, one S is there. In lithium, two S is there.
3s.
3s.
3S is there. Means P 2P is between the 3S and 2S, right? So this will lead to the increase of two shells there, in which we have 6 electron in P shell and 1 electron in 3S. So that is why when we move down to the periodic table, there is a continuously increase in the atomic radii. Perfect. Is this clear to you all? Because as the atomic number increase down the graph, it will lead to the participation of other subshells and which ultimately led to the increase in their size. Got it, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this thing we will clear from this paragraph. As we go down to the group, the number of shell increases and the valency electron are present in the higher shell, and the distance of the valency electron from the nucleus ultimately increases. When the shell goes high, it leads to the increase in the distance between the nucleus and the electron. So this thing I've already explained you what is happening there. So listen, this example is given over here. Lithium, this 2 1 first shell is 2. If we distribute this in k element instead of that s, so what is the normal distribution? 2 1. But if we talk about the sodium, so that is 2 8 1. So means 3 shell are participating. S P D F are the subshells, K L M N are the shells. Okay, this thing we have learned in 9th and 10th class, that the orbitals, the shells which are present along the nucleus is KLMN. But these KLMN are subdivided into subshells that are known as SPDF. On the basis of this, electron periodic table is divided actually, right? So if we talk about normal shell configuration, so the third shell will take part. So this is second shell in which first electron is there and 1 electron is there, and this is third shell in which 1 electron is there. So it will lead to the increase in the atomic size, because the factor is there, the decrease of the force of attraction and the valency electron is there. If number of shell will keep on increasing, so the attraction, the force of attraction between this nucleus and the outermost shell will decrease ultimately. For example, अगर मैं हम एक चीज करें, बीच में हमारे पास एक मैग्नेट है और हम उस एक थोड़े थोड़े दूरी पे क्या रखना शुरू कर दें, कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स मैं बीच में रख देती हूँ. मीन्स आउटर मोस्ट शेल में तो मैंने अपना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रख दिया और बीच में मैं कुछ और चीजें रख देती हूँ जो थोड़ा बहुत फोर्स उस मैग्नेट पे लगाए, which have some property related to iron or the objects which this magnet can attract towards itself. तो क्या होगा, ultimately the force between the outermost metal object and the central nucleus magnet will decrease as we keep on increasing the shell, as we keep on increasing the distance between the outermost shell and the nucleus. जैसे जैसे वो डिस्टेंस बढ़ता चला जाएगा, वैसे वैसे ही the force which act between the outermost shell and the nucleus will keep on decreasing. So that is why the atomic size will increase. Okay, so atomic size increase on moving down the group. So this is the first point which you have to learn, that atomic size decreases when we move along the period. This along the period from left to right, the atomic size will decrease, but when we move down to the group, the atomic size will increase. Perfect, because of the participation of higher shells in electron filling. This led to the increasing in the atomic size. Okay, now we talk about the ionic radii. What is ion? Can you tell me what is the difference between an atom and an ion?
Charged particle.
Ma'am, an
Charged
ion is a
particles are.
positively
अरे
or
यार बोल रहे.
negatively.
Okay, yes, perfect. When then an element is in charged state, it's donate its electron and take its electron back from it, an element, then charge will show there. Okay, we have ionic compounds. Can you tell me one example of ionic compound? Basic example, we use this thing as
SO4,
Ma'am,
SO4.
NaCl.
NaCl.
Right, ma'am.
Yes, NaCl is an ionic compound. Okay, so the bond which is present between the Na and Cl is the ionic bond. Okay, and this is the basic property of these ionic compounds, that they are the good conductor of electricity when in dissolved state. In solid state you will not be able to conduct any electricity from them.
Yes, ma'am.
अगर आप आयरन का एक छोटा सा पीस लो और उसमें से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास करना ट्राई करो, then electricity will not pass, because in solids electricity can pass with the help of electrons. But when we dissolve this NaCl in water, then the salted water is the best conductor of electricity, right? Because we have free ions there in the NaCl solution. So if we talk about ionic radii, then what is ionic radii? Ionic radii is the radius of an ion. On converting into an ion, the size of the neutral atom changes. On converting into an ion, अगर एक एटम को हम आयन में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, बिकॉज एटम ही तो होता है जो आयन में कन्वर्ट होता है, तो व्हाट विल हैपन, द साइज ऑफ अ न्यूट्रल एटम चेंजेस, the size will change. Then what will happen? Anion is the biggest than the neutral atom. The size of anion is large as compared to the cation. Why this thing happen? This is because the addition of one or more electron increasing repulsion along the electrons, and they move away from each other. What will happen in case of anion? What are anions and cations?
And ions are negative and cations are positive.
Negatively charged and cations are positively charged.
Anion are positive or cations?
Cations are
Anions.
positive
Cations
charge.
are positive.
Cation.
Cation.
Sure. Are you sure? Anion, cation, because you are giving me the mixed answer.
मैम
Yes.
cation है, cation positive.
Cation are positively
मैम
charged.
कैटायन पॉजिटिव होता है कैटायंस
Okay. So what will happen in the case of anion? The size of the this is bigger. This is larger size as compared to the neutral atom, right? This thing happened because the addition of one or more electron increasing the repulsion force. Because when this means when the electron added to its shell, what will happen? It moves the electrons away from each other, and that will also, like this, the force which exists between the outermost shell and the nucleus will also affect. But the size of the cation is small than the neutral atom. This happens because when one or more electrons are removed, because when cations form when when an atom donates its electron, then what will happen? The outermost shell will decrease. Means if the electron was in the first shell, for example, in first shell, that is 2s1. If we talk about the lithium, then what will happen? Lithium donates its electron. Now at this time the outermost shell is first 1s shell, and which is closer to the nucleus. This ultimately led to the decreasing in the atomic shell, which ultimately led to the decrease in the atomic size. जब मान लो फॉर एग्जांपल हमने अभी बताया ना कि भाई हमारे पास लिथियम में 2 शेल्स हैं, पहली 1s, दूसरी 2s, 3 एटॉमिक नंबर है उसका, तो अंदर वाली कंप्लीटली फिल्ड है, बट आउटरमोस्ट शेल हैज 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन अनपेयर्ड. अब उसने क्या किया, वो इलेक्ट्रॉन किसी को डोनेट कर दिया. नाउ व्हाट इज आवर which shell is our outermost shell? First shell. Okay, so this led to the decrease in the atomic size of the atom, which is smaller comparatively to the neutral atom. So there is a difference in size between these elements when they donate electron and when they accept electron. When they accept electron, their size increase. When they donate electron, the size decrease, right? So what will happen in group and period? We will discuss this thing. When we go down to the the ionic radii shows various similar those properties which are similar to the ionic radii. So ionic radii increases in the group. When we go down to the group, the ionic radii increases. Obviously, why there is a difference, only some electron valency electron is there, but the atomic number is continuously increasing, which led to what? Which led to the increase in the size of the atom. But the ionic radii decreases when we go along the period from left to right. So there is a decrease in the ionic radii along the period. The measurement, the unit in which we use to measure these radius, this is known as picometer. Okay, so picometer is the measuring unit. So if someone generally people don't ask about these ionic radii, what is the ionic radii of this, never asked, but you just have to know what will happen when with the ionic radii and atomic radii and some other properties when we go down the group and when we go along the group. So the same, this behave like same like as atomic radii. When we go down the group, it keep on increasing, and when we go along the period, the ionic radii will decrease. Okay. Yes, huh. There is one thing which I want to tell you. See, in this lithium period, what will happen? The place of boron and carbon is left vacant. Why? Because there is a difference in the ionic radii. Because boron and carbon are those elements which do not form ion. It is not compulsory that every element which present on earth or in periodic table shows the ionic property. Is not actually possible. So there is boron and carbon, two elements are there which do not form any ionic state. Okay, that is why this thing left vacant. Okay, so the trend of the radii of cation is seen from lithium to beryllium and from sodium, oxygen and fluorine. Okay, so
Excuse me, ma'am.
ionic, yes.
मैम सिलिकॉन इज मैम सिलिकॉन भी बन जाता है मैम आयरन.
Silicon, not in every condition. There are special condition in which we can, at what time the silicon can attain an ionic state. So that is actually a special condition, which is not actually, we can't create it in normal condition. Okay, but boron and
Okay, ma'am.
carbon are the elements, they do not, even in special condition, they do not form ions. Okay, because these are non-ionic compounds. If you dissolve somewhere, they will dissolve, like they will not dissolve properly, they will like precipitate. There are three forms of isotopes of carbon: the graphite, diamond and coal. Coal, if you dissolve this coal in water, then what will happen? It precipitate under the solution. If you want to form this like graphite has loose free electrons through which we can conduct the electricity. And if we talk about diamond, so diamond is like insulator. It does not allow the electricity to pass through it even in solid or liquid state. So in every condition it will be like same. So किसी में भी आप डाल लो, ये कभी भी ion form करेंगे ही नहीं. Okay, but some elements are there which means, listen, ions can be formed in those compounds which have the capability of sharing and donating electron. ये आपकी माइंड में क्वेश्चन आया होगा कि भाई मैम अगर ये डोनेट कर सकते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन और शेयर कर सकते हैं तो भाई ये आयन क्यों फॉर्म नहीं करते. तो इसके लिए स्पेशल
Yes,
प्रॉपर्टीज
ma'am.
होते हैं कि भाई ऐसा कंपलसरी नहीं है जो चीज डिसॉल्व हो जाएगी कंप्लीटली किसी भी सॉल्युबल सब्सटेंस में. They are ionic compounds. For example, if we talk about alcohol, ethyl alcohol, CH3OH. So this is an ionic compound where carbon is there, CH3OH. It dissolves completely into the water, but carbon itself do not form ion. वहाँ पे जो ion बनेगा वो आपका किसी न किसी के साथ जुड़कर ionic form में आएगा. कार्बन अकेला कभी नहीं आ सकता. आगे समझ में?
Ma'am, is there a reason as to why carbon never forms ions?
Yes, this thing I will explain you later when we talk about the periodic properties of these specific elements. Okay, this will came to know
Okay,
earlier.
ma'am.
When we will go to the P block, na, I will tell you each and every property which is related to the elements which are present in these groups. Right? So the
Okay,
ionic
ma'am.
compound can be formed with lithium, beryllium, and the sodium and fluorine. Next, we'll go to the ionic charges, right? Sorry, ionization energy. So what is the ionization energy? Negatively charged electron in an atom are attached by a positively charged nucleus. This is the fact. That is how the atom formed. The positive charge is the center, nucleus, and negatively charged are the electron. Okay, for removing an electron, this attractive force must be overcome by spending some energy. If you want to remove some electron from the element, from the shells of the element, then what is to be there? Means you have to be like more reactive, more powerful to remove that electron, right? अगर मान लो मेरे पास, for example, if we have कि भाई मेरे पास कोई चीज है तो मुझे अपने पास रखनी है, या एक नॉर्मल हम किसी बच्चे की बात करते हैं कि भाई मेरे पास एक सेंटर में कोई एक बंदा बैठा है और उसने अपने साथ में किसी को बिठा रखा है, जस्ट विल टेक एग्जांपल ऑफ योर क्लास। सो उसके पास कोई इंसान अगर बैठा है, अब उसको वहां से हटाना है, तो कैन यू इमेजिन कि एक पतला सा बहुत छोटा सा कमजोर सा बच्चा, मैं बोलूँ नर्सरी क्लास के बच्चे से कि जाओ आप 12th क्लास के भैया को वहां से हटाओ और आप बैठ जाओ, इज दिस पॉसिबल कि वो बच्चा उसको वहां से हटा पाए खींच के? नहीं ना, because that student, that electron, the force between the force of these electron is actually high, वो बच्चे की force ज्यादा होगी बॉडी स्ट्रेंथ की वजह से, बड़ा है ऑब्वियसली। तो अगर हम चाहते हैं कि उसको वहां से उठाना, तो हमें किसको लाना पड़ेगा? मोर पार्ट, वो उसको उठाएगा और वहां पे खुद बैठ जाएगा, है ना? So if atom wants to accept the electron from any element, if you want to remove these electrons from the atom, then what we have to do, we have to apply some more energy, more force, which overcome the force between that electron and nucleus, that electrostatic force. Okay, if we overcome this electrostatic force, then we will able to remove that electron. Okay, so the minimum amount of energy which is required, which is required to remove an electron from an gaseous atom in its ground state to form a gaseous ion, that is known as energy electron, ionization energy. So this thing you have learned in the previous chapter. What is the threshold frequency? What was the threshold frequency? The minimum energy which is required to remove an electron from the atom. हम जब उसको ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी की लाइट, ज्यादा उसकी एनर्जी की लाइट हम दे रहे थे इलेक्ट्रॉन को, तो इलेक्ट्रॉन एब्जॉर्ब दैट एनर्जी एंड रिमूव आउट फ्रॉम दैट एटम. So same with this, if you want to remove the electron which is present in a gaseous atom in the ground state, in its normal state, to form it into gaseous ion, so that energy is known as the ionization energy. Is this clear to you all, beta? The energy,
Yes, ma'am.
Ionization.
the energy, ionization means formation of ions, right? If you want to form an ion, this ion can be only formed when we we remove the outermost electron. If we add some electrons to an element, the ion form. That is how the charge is placed over there. So if you want to form a gaseous ion, so what you have to do, you have to give the minimum energy that breaks the force, the bond between the nucleus and the outermost electron, so that you can form an ion, that is known as ionization energy. Okay, it is measured in kilojoule mole inverse. So the unit of ionization energy is kilojoule mole inverse. Beta, you make proper notes of these. Right, ionization energy. What is ionization energy? What is its unit? What is happened with the ionization along the period and down the road? So this will help you to remind the things like in tips. Okay, so it is
Excuse me,
measured
ma'am.
of the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electron. So it is measured that the force which act between the nucleus and the outermost electron, stronger is the force of attraction, then the greater is the value of ionization energy. Means the stronger is the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost shell, and we have to increase the amount of ionization energy. So when the force of attraction, the electrostatic force increases, the ionization increases. If the electronic force will decrease, then the ionization energy will also decrease. फोर्स चैप्टर आप लोगों ने पढ़ा था 9th में कि भाई एक ऑब्जेक्ट है, अगर हमें फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स को ओवरकम करना है विच एग्जिस्ट बिटवीन दैट ऑब्जेक्ट एंड द सरफेस, to break that interlocking, so what we have to do, we have to apply some force. If lighter object is there, so there is less interlocking between the surface, so we have to apply less force. If heavy object is there, so what will happen, we have to apply large force to overcome the friction which is exerted by the ground. So same with this, if you want to remove the electron from the gaseous atom to make it ion, so you have to break the force which exists between the outermost shell and the nucleus, right? अगर ज्यादा फोर्स है तो आपको ज्यादा आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी लगानी पड़ेगी, अगर कम फोर्स है, कम फोर्स कब होगा, जैसे जैसे एटॉमिक साइज बढ़ता जाएगा the fold between the outermost shell and the nucleus will decrease it, तो ionization energy आपकी ultimately decrease होती चली जाएगी. So it is correspond to like this. If only one electron is removed, the ionization is known as first ionization energy. So there is a variation in the ionization energy. If we are removing one electron, then that is ionization energy is known as first ionization energy, and the energy which is required to remove the second electron, that is known as second ionization energy. Okay, so there are two types of energy. When we are removing only one electron, first ionization energy. When we are removing say two electrons, then second ionization energy. And it keep on varying when we go down the group and along the period, just like atomic size and atomic weight. So your homework is you have to read about atomic radii, ionic radii, and ionization energy. Okay. So we'll get back to you tomorrow with variation in the ionization energy in the group and along the